the big win this week is yours, Courtney. Talk about how you took one of your customers who has like 20 different offers and used something to really improve their lowest performing ones.
The special something. Yeah. Oh, I gotta give all credit to Landon for this idea for sure. And when he mentioned it, I remember thinking, I don't know, that's not how I've heard of that special something being used before in the past. But yeah, it's been crushing it for us. So as Tom mentioned, we have an account, it's a bit unique, where we're running 20 plus concurrent offers, all at the same time. And historically, these have always run in their own ABO campaigns to cold traffic. And for the most part, most of these offers perform really well, but we've always had a handful that have just struggled. And changing messaging and trying to really make sure we're speaking to the audience in the correct way, making changes on that end, testing new targeting, etc. Just haven't really been able to get these to work no matter what changes we've made so far. So Landon brought up the idea about how about we take all of these lower performing offers and instead of having them running separately in their own separate low spending campaigns, kind of combine them all into a CBO. That's the special something is the CBO campaign. So we have this CBO campaign full of, all I did was basically took our best performing audiences and ads for each of those offers that weren't performing super well in the ABO and just duplicated them right into the CBO. And because they're combined, we can run with a little bit of a larger budget. So it's just more room for the algorithm to disperse the money in the way that it thinks is going to be best. And the caveat to this is that we don't have a set budget we need to hit for each of these offers. So it's okay that the CBO has the freedom and the flexibility to spend where and when and how it wants to across these lower performing offers. And yeah, basically it took these offers that had been difficult for a good long time and increased ROAS by over 100% basically. And it's been running for about close to 2 months at this point. It's been pretty stable. And yeah, it's just been totally crushing it in a way that I definitely didn't initially expect. It also started off really, really well. And I thought I've seen CBOs when I've tested them in the past. I've seen them start off well and then kind of become extremely volatile or just go completely down the drain, within a few weeks. And this one started off strong and it's continued to be really strong. So yeah, it's a definite win and completely not what I would have expected. Just having been stuck in this sense of that CBOs are meant for scaling your winners. That's always what I had thought and heard coming out. But yeah, definitely an unexpected giant win for this account, and interested to just see what other funky situations we can make a CBO help us with.
Did you basically just duplicate the ads into that CBO?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I went into our ABO campaigns for those offers and just grabbed the best performing audience, best performing ad set, and the ads that were doing well in that ad set, and just pop them right in the CBO.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah, I use the same thing. I always pick the best performing ads and combine them with the best performing audiences and launch it as CBO. Best performing plus best performing.
Yeah, and I would think that would work. I just had always thought that that's for stuff that has been winning already. And when I say best performing, since these were the offers that had struggled so much, they didn't feel like they were that good performing to me, I guess, because they were still struggling. And I thought, well, are they just going to struggle now in a CBO campaign that's spending more? But yeah, the logic, the basic logic of whatever seems to be winning in some way, chuck it in a CBO and see what happens. That did seem to get us good results.
How narrow are the audience, or how broad or narrow are the audiences that you're using there?
That's a good question. It varies just depending on what was working. I've been testing super broad audiences in these campaigns. I've been testing more narrow interest-based audiences. Sometimes splitting out men and women a little bit as well, and age ranges. So it definitely varies. But just whatever was working. Sometimes that was a super broad audience. Sometimes it was a much more niche audience. Whatever worked for the offer, sort of whatever seemed like it might have a pulse before, I guess I could say. Is what I tossed in there.